The police are investigating an armed robbery that occurred at a gas station in the Camps area in Nevis on August 19, 2022. A press release from the Royal St. Christopher and the Nevis Police Force says investigations so far have revealed that approximately 9:25 p.m. on Friday, an armed assailant entered the gas station from the entrance and demanded money from an employee. The assailant took a sum of cash and fled the scene on foot. No one was injured during the incident. Persons with information about this incident are urged to contact the Newcastle Police Station by dialing 469-9326, the nearest police station, or the crime hotline 707. Investigations into the matter are ongoing. The Ministry of Health and Nevis on Tuesday, August the 23rd, received a donation of facial recognition thermometers. His Excellency Michael Lane, Ambassador of the Republic of China Taiwan to St. Kitts and Nevis, says the donation by the Taiwanese company Vivotech is a meaningful gesture showing the cordial relationship between the two countries through friendly assistance and cooperation.
Today we are here for the handing over of 17 units of facial recognition thermometers to the Nevis Island administration. This batch of equipment is donated by Vivotech, a Taiwanese company manufacturing the state-of-the-art ICT products. Vivotech is no stranger to Nevis because they are also the equipment supplier for the nationwide CCTV network. These donated items are kits for body temperature measurement with the function of facial recognition. After being properly set up at different establishments in Nevis, there will be practical tools for taking the body temperature of visitors and will provide an extra layer of protections of COVID transmission. As Taiwan continues to invest and engage in Nevis, we certainly hope that this precious partnership and friendship will keep benefiting the daily life of local people and demonstrate the best example of international cooperation.
On behalf of Vivotech, Ambassador Lin made the presentation of equipment to Acting Premier, the Honorable Alexis Jeffers, who accepted on behalf of Premier of Nevis, the Honorable Mark Brantley.
Indeed, in the past, we would have seen persons at the various institutions using this handheld temperature reader, but now this machine is meant to eliminate that human interaction, so to speak, and that is not a bad thing. It is a good thing in that it certainly minimizes the impact of any diseases, any things such as COVID-19 that we know is transmitted by human interaction. So these devices, I believe, will be used throughout the island of Nevis, and we certainly would want to thank Ambassador Lin and the Republic of China Taiwan, and also Vivotech, which is the company in Taiwan who would have made this donation to the island of Nevis, and more so to the health sector here.
Minister Jeffers in turn handed over the equipment to the Honorable Hazel Brandy Williams, Junior Minister of Health in the Nevis Island Administration.
We are indeed eternally grateful to Ambassador Lin for a timely donation of 17 units of facial recognition readers thermometer. We are indeed grateful for your continued support and commitment over the years, your government's continued support over the years, and you who would have come as our new ambassador, we thank you for carrying on that mantle. On behalf of the Premier, who is also the Senior Minister of Health, we thank you and we are grateful for your continued support and your timely donation.
Chanel Brown accepted the donation on behalf of the Alexandra Hospital. Also present were Matron Chandrika Prasad Wallace and Assistant Matrons Gracelyn Hanley and Daima Golding. The handing over ceremony was chaired by Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Health, Shalissa Martin Clark, who says that the facial recognition thermometers will be utilized at the island's healthcare facilities as well as other high-traffic locations throughout the Nevis Island administration. On Tuesday, August the 23rd, the Department of Gender Affairs, in collaboration with the Ministry of Agriculture, launched an Agri-preneur conference for women and girls. The conference, which will be held over a 3-day period, was curated under the theme Empowering Women and Girls Through Climate-Smart Agriculture. Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Health and Gender Affairs, Shalisa Martin-Clark, provided an overview.
The objectives of this conference are to sensitize women and girls about climate change and climate-smart agriculture, to sustainably increase agricultural productivity, food security, and incomes, to adapt and build resilience to climate change, to provide women and girls access to finance to invest in climate-smart agriculture, to provide women and girls with information to successfully operate an agri-business. The conference will target the sustainable goals: 1, no poverty; 3, good health; 13, climate action; and 15, life on land.
Junior Minister of Health and Gender Affairs, the Honorable Hazel Brandy Williams, spoke of the contribution the program can have on the island's sustainable development.
The theme for this conference is empowering women and girls through climate-smart agriculture. This is a very fitting theme, carefully chosen, so that the focus would be placed on preparing our women and girls to adapt to build resiliency in the face of other global threats, especially through climate change. We also want to ensure that we keep the sustainability component in view so that our country can move ever closer to achieving these sustainable development goals. So we are today starting on this journey, and we are starting with our women and girls.
She also spoke of the importance of getting the island's women established in the agriculture industry and encouraged the program's participants to capitalize on the benefits it will provide.
The recent global shipping crisis which is caused by the pandemic, as well as the war between Russia and Ukraine, it has left our supermarkets bare in many occasions. And this underscores the importance of the Sustainable Development Goal number 2. And that Sustainable Development Goal is to put an end to hunger. So we want to achieve zero hunger. Before, when we thought about agriculture, we thought about long hours in the scorching sun. Now we are introducing agroponic, we are introducing shade houses, and so agriculture has become somewhat of a trendy thing nowadays. And so we are encouraging our young women and girls to take up that mantle and do what we are used to doing, nurturing and feeding our families.
Also present at the opening ceremony was Deputy Premier and Minister of Agriculture, the Honorable Alexis Jeffers, who detailed future plans for Nevisian women in the agriculture industry. His Excellency Michael Lin, Ambassador of the Republic of China, Taiwan, Deputy Director in the Department of Agriculture, Floyd Liebert, and the Director of Gender Affairs in St. Kitts, Virgil Jeffers. The ceremony was chaired by Gender Affairs Officer Mario Phillip. A closing ceremony for the Boys in Ties initiative was held on Saturday, August the 20th at the Four Seasons Resort Nevis under the theme Expose, Engage and Educate. Founder of Boys in Ties, Infatari Hanley, gave an overview of the program.
On day 5, we had our community day. On this day, we donated 2 photographs to the Alexandra Hospital, beautifully captured by Tafari Ayinde, a photographer, and executed a food drive in the St. Thomas's Parish area. In the afternoon, we went into our 5th seminar dubbed Crime Deterrence. Mr. Stephen Hector, retired Inspector of Police of the Royal St. Kitts and Nevis Police Force, presented the topic, Crime and its Impact on Society. And Mr. Alonzo Carty, Inspector of Police of the Royal St. Christopher and Nevis Police Force, presented the topic, Drugs and Substance Abuse and its Impacts on Society. Both facilitators were engaging and widened our perspectives in these areas.
Following the overview, the participants were afforded the opportunity to display one skill they learned during the program, which was the art of tying a necktie. The participants were then asked to share their experience of the program with those present.
My experience at the Boys in Ties program was wonderful. This educational program helped in the building of my confidence in public speaking and my socializing skills, and also my knowledge in business and entrepreneurship, dining etiquette, and many other areas. In the different classes, we were expected to listen and understand to better ourselves in everyday life. To end off my speech, I would like to thank the facilitators and also the sponsors for helping us, and the sponsors for investing their money into us.
The 10 participants were presented with certificates and gift bags for completing the program. These were presented by one of the facilitators, Camille Wilkin, who also presented the facilitators with certificates of recognition. The chairperson of the ceremony was Mario Phillip. Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Social Development, Keith Glasgow, was also present and delivered brief remarks. The closing ceremony of the Department of Youth's Summer Job Attachment Program was held on Thursday, August 18th at the St. Paul's Anglican Church Hall with the theme, Recruiting Young Minds to Foster Productivity Professionally. Two of the interns of the program, Shobha Subramani and Hugh J. Jeffers, spoke about their experiences and expressed gratitude to those involved.
The SJOB program for me was quite impactful. I gained valuable skills and knowledge. It allowed me to look at my career choice and my future in a different perspective and gain a better understanding of the world of work. Prior to this program, I had very little knowledge on how social security as well as labor rights work, but now I can say that I understand the importance of how each of these work. It also made me further realize that the way in which you conduct yourself is of crucial importance both in the workplace and out of the workplace. How you conduct yourself and behave says a lot about who you are as a person, and it is important for us as young people coming up to create a positive and good reputation or figure, as it will influence the way forward in the future.
Even with the many times I was learning, there were also funny experiences to remember. At the time I cut my finger and asked Mr. Paris for some tissue and alcohol so I could clean it up. Not paying attention, Mr. Paris handed me a bottle of off, which is used to repel mosquitoes to spread. He quickly escaped. Boy, know what are you doing? You didn't see that off? Realizing, we both started to laugh at the situation. School now teaches us the theory behind things, something but not necessarily how it operates. And in the real world, that is only achieved by what we actually apply it. A quote that I would like to leave with you today is that knowing something is enough, but applying it gives you very great understanding. End of quote. With all that being said, I would like to personally thank the Department of Youth and Logical Electrical for this life-changing experience, which would further benefit me as I embark on a high level of education to further my career as an electronic engineer.
Loretta France, Human Resources Manager at the Nevis Air and the Seaports Authority, NASPA, shared a testimonial about the 3 interns placed at the institution.
We have participated in the Summer Job Attachment Program since its inception, and we are more than willing to continue on that same path to mold and develop our youths and prepare them for the workforce. I try my best not to show any favoritism, but this year I would say those 3 interns were definitely favorites. They assisted in 3 departments: accounts, administration, and the warehouse. The males, however, prefer the warehouse, I think, because there is where most of the activity is. In short time, they were able to adjust and interact with the staff. as if they were there for a long time.
The interns were presented with certificates of completion by Minister of Youth, the Honorable Eric Evelyn. Presentations were also made to the business establishments which participated in the program. The program's review was done by Youth Development Officer Alea Powell. Chairperson's remarks were delivered by Donella Thompson and the opening prayer by intern Ariel Wilkes. Permanent Secretary Keith Glasgow was also present at the closing ceremony.